Okay. Hope everything can be seen very well. Oh, I guess there's no need in waiting. Let's just get started. First thing I need to do is make some more slip. So. Hello everyone, welcome in. I'm currently making some slip. So I do about a cap full of acetone, 100% pure acetone. And then the rest I fill up with alcohol. Typically I do about 90% alcohol, but the base exchange only had 70. Okay. Okay. I hope everyone can see everything well. Also, yeah. So I'm gonna finish painting Ponyo. I have a couple more fishes that I need to do, and then I'm gonna go ahead and move on to actually painting Ponyo. I still do not know how to work this thing. So if you guys have any questions for me, just let me know and I will try to answer them in a timely manner. I'm currently watching Kiki's Delivery Service. I love Ghibli movies. They hold a very sweet sweet spot in my heart. Not a sweet heart in my spot.
If you wake up tomorrow and find a white cat, it's me.
Oh, Gigi, we can see the ocean from here.
Can we look for a new town?
Okay. Now we're just gonna go ahead and start painting.
Pardon me, Miss Snooty Cat.
Gigi, I've decided not to leave this town. Maybe I can stay and find some other nice people like us who will like me and accept me for who I am.
hope everyone can see everything okay. It's so weird. How do I work this damn thing? Hello everyone, welcome in. I'm just trying to figure out some things. Okay. Hopefully everyone can see everything okay. I'm using a 6mm liner brush to paint Ponyo. Well, I'm currently painting the fishes, not really painting Ponyo. I wish there was a way that I could put the reference photo up so that you guys can see what I'm actually painting, but I don't really know how to do that. I don't even know if YouTube even has a feature for you to do something like that. I tried to do as much research on how to go live on YouTube, but all of the videos that I've seen, people were using like a second type of software to stream with, and I'm not trying to buy a streaming software. So I think I'm just gonna try my best with the settings that YouTube has, and then hopefully I can get better at it. When painting with gel polish, you want to work in really thin layers and then just kind of build up to the opacity that you want. Because if you start a little too thick, you can run into the risk of things not curing all the way. And then say if you want to add highlights and shadows and stuff like that, if the layers are way too thick, then it just won't look nice.
Kiki, in the city, you can't just run out into the street.
Hi, welcome. Sorry if I sound a little weird. I had the brush in my mouth, which is like a common practice with me. Hello, hi everyone, welcome in. I'm good, how are you?
I had something pretty to wear. My dress is so ugly.
I'm gonna flash cue this. Then I'm gonna go in with the second layer to kind of build it up ever so slightly. Still working in pretty much thin layers.
Look, Gigi, aren't they beautiful?
I say this reference design is a bit of a cheat because I don't have to blend colors into one another. They're kind of like layered on top of one and like shapes. So that is a good sign. But either way, I still want to shoot for a very flat design. I don't want to build up too much bulk on the design because bulky nails aren't pretty.
Oh, Kiki, perfect timing. There's a lady here who wants you to make a delivery. She's your first customer.
Customer? Oh, my, I'll be right back.
Dear, this lady is a customer of ours, and we were talking about your new delivery service.
What a charming girl. My name's Kiki, ma'am.
Osano's told me great things about you. Do you think you can deliver this by tonight?
Yeah, I can.
It's a birthday gift for my nephew, but something came up at work, and I can't make it to the party on time.
I can get it there for you, guaranteed. Show me on the
Okay.
That's me.
Are you sure it won't be too far?
I can fly there straight from here.
Great. How much will it cost?
Oh, well, I haven't really thought about a price.
Uh-huh. How about this much then? I hope it'll be enough. What do you think?
This much for me? That's great, thank you.
Oh well, it's just gonna keep falling. So next I'm gonna mix this base blue right here. I'm gonna take a little bit of that. And I'm gonna take a little bit of this blue here and I'm gonna mix them together.
She's the most amazing girl.
She sure is.
Hey, what can you tell me about her?
And then using that, I'm gonna layer it on top to kind of get this. It kind of sucks. Like I really wish I can show you exactly what I'm referencing. Let me see if I can get it into the camera somehow, some way.
You and good to go.
Okay.
Stop at that traffic cone.
Well, don't look down at that airplane flying under us.
Let me see if I was to put this a little closer. And let's push the camera back a little. And then we're gonna flip this upward.
I'm getting to like this town more.
And let's push it up. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can somewhat see what I'm referencing. So I'm gonna take the blue that I just mixed up and I'm going to create this kind of shadow on the fish head. So that's what I'm trying to do. So let's turn the camera back facing and zoom you guys back in. Okay.
They seem awfully upset.
They say they're going to fly higher. They say a gust of wind's coming.
Hello everyone who has entered into the live. I'm currently just painting Ponyo, like a Ponyo painting on a set of nails.
My goodness.
Well, it's your fault. The
If
case
you have any
win,
questions,
but would you listen?
or if you just want to chat with me, say hi.
Look at them, up so high. That gust of wind took them all the way up.
Kiki, we've got a problem. The toy fell out.
We've got to go back.
They're calling you an egg stealer. If I were you, I wouldn't go back down there again.
We have to. Hold on.
Hello everyone.
Maybe we better rethink our plan.
Frankly, I think this is a major insult. Pros used to serve witches and do what you told them.
That was a long time ago, okay?
How about if we go in after dark? Go in, get it, get out.
Okay.
Able to make it in time. Unless we buy ourselves some time.
You gotta be kidding.
You can just pretend to be the doll until I find the real one. Don't worry, hold still.
Can I breathe?
No, no breathing.
Okay. And then it has a little bit of a deeper blue going up here to kind of create the smile of the fish. So I think I'm gonna go straight in with this dark blue. I kind of have like a love-hate relationship with this dark blue because it's a little jelly. It's not like a
You're a bit late. After my
like an
sister told me
opaque
you were one.
dark blue, like how this one's opaque, or even these two. It's kind of like jelly, and
Have your signature, man?
that's why it's important that you kind of like work in thin layers and build up to kind of get that opacity, especially with a blue like this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to mimic that smile. And it goes up like this.
Come on, you stupid bird. I got a brand new hook for you.
And then it's gonna shoot upward, kind of pushing into the edge of the nail. Yep, just like that. We're gonna build it up just a little bit. And then that is gonna cover the rest of this bottom line. Down here.
I know you felt close by, so I thought I'd be here soon.
And then now we're slowly starting to build up the tip of that fish head. Now I'm gonna pop this in to fully cure in the lamp because the MPA gel art palette does recommend that their polishes cure for 60, my mind just blanked, 60 seconds. However, because I am kind of working in thin layers and building up, I'm gonna cure for 30, but I do want to cure it inside my big lamp so it can really get like a powerful cure. Can you guys hear me okay? I really hope so. And then this is the palette I'm pulling from. This is the MPA gel art palette. It comes with a total of 40 colors. And then it also comes with extra compartments so you can mix and make your own color.
So why was it alone in the forest? That's
Okay, so now the blue is a little bit skimpy, so I am gonna go in with a second layer, working thinly to build up.
Well, why didn't you tell me sooner why you needed it in such a hurry? Keeps me company. I've gotten sort of fond of him, you know?
Thank you. Oh, oh no! His head's falling off.
Ooh, it must have been the crows. They were making such a big fuss over him.
This is terrible.
Okay, then we're gonna cure that.
Hey, I know. How about we work out a deal? So, you're on your own at 13.
Hello everyone, welcome.
Completely independent and a witch. Impressive.
How's it going?
Trust me, good as new.
So after that, I'm gonna switch brushes because the next thing kind of needs a thin line. This brush is dirty.
Birthday gifts are gonna be here soon. Dad, can you hear me? Dad, turn off the TV! Okay.
Okay, so the next part is kind of acting as the smile, like the actual indent of the fish's mouth. So this blue part was just like the shading around it. Now we're gonna actually carve out the mouth, and it seems to be matching the same color as the first color that we placed down. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. And the reason to why I switched to a 9mm brush is because the longer your brush is, the more it's gonna absorb the shakiness in your hands and allow you to make clean lines without having to like go back, fix it, or take your cleanup brush and clean it off. So that one actually starts kind of low and it pulls upward because the rest of the fish body is right here. So it's gonna kind of pull up towards the back of the fish head. Okay, and it starts pretty low. And then it's gonna go upwards like that. And it's really light and faint right now, but that's because it's on top of that deep blue. So the best just to mark it, get an idea of where it's gonna be, and then flash cure that. So then just go back and add some more color. Hello everyone, thank you for joining. If you're new to my channel, I am currently painting Ponyo. This has been a like almost a good 2-week project, and is mainly because I am a terrible procrastinator. But this is the Ponyo sketch. This is the full sketch, and I'm currently painting the fish heads.
He'll do it. He's a good dog.
And then hopefully we can finish this out so I can then move on to Ponyo.
Could you take this in, please?
Okay, now I'm just gonna go back into this blue and go over it one more time just to kind of deepen that color. Just so it really pops.
How are you? Hungry?
Okay, that should be good enough.
We're both gonna sleep well.
And then after that, right above the smile line, it kind of has a light blue highlight. And I'm gonna go ahead and add that in as well, just to kind of push more of an emphasis that it is the fish's mouth. Has just the slightest light blue line. So I'm gonna wipe my brush off. And I'm gonna go into this blue, which is this white right here, and a little bit of this blue mixed together. So if I had to give it a ratio, it was like a 4-to-1 ratio. And this, instead of me using like a straight up stark white, I went in with a like a really light blue, because if it was too white, it'll bring a little too much attention to the highlights, and you don't really want to bring too much attention to the highlights. You just kind of want to highlight it, if that makes any sense whatsoever. And so that line is very thin. So I want to make sure that I load my art brush up very well, coating it, and then swiping off any excess to kind of just put it literally at the tip of the brush. And then I want to rest my hand somewhere and kind of make a very thin line following the curvature. Okay, I think I might need to clean that up a little bit. It's a little too thick.
Wake up. You're supposed to be minding the store.
I am, but today this place is boring.
But it always gets busy about this time.
I know that. That's not what I mean.
I messed up. Let me wipe it off.
Gigi, nobody comes in unless you have to get hangings.
Pretty much doing the same thing, loading my brush up and thinning it out,
And what am I supposed to do about that?
so I don't have too much product on there.
Look, for
And then I'm just gonna,
round as a pancake. You see if I care.
there we go. That's what I was trying to do.
Beautiful, isn't she? They tell me she's a clothes designer.
Her designs may be fabulous, but her brand still is snob.
Fuck, I did not mean to do that. Okay, you guys are watching in real time, me slowly messing up. What the heck?
Yes, ma'am. 4:30 will be a perfect time to pick it up if you'll just...
And I had it.
The address? Yes, the blue room. Right. Yeah, pretty sure I have it all. And thank you very much, ma'am.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Man, I'm gonna fast cure that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Oh, come on. You're not so mad at me, are you? Listen,
Okay.
we're partying at the club tonight. It's called the Aviation Club, and we'd really like for you to come. Here's your invitation.
So keeping with my 9mm,
It's a serious club for kids who are into flying and aircraft and stuff.
I'm gonna take this dark blue.
Excited if you came.
Yes, may I help you, sir?
Ah, shiz, I think I accidentally cured it.
Well, I hope you make up your mind by 6 o'clock, because that's when I'll be by to pick you up. See ya.
Okay. And we are gonna outline the tip of this fish.
I'm sure it'll be a great for you, Kiki. No, but my problem is, what am I going to wear? Kiki, you haven't got a problem. You look fine in that. Besides, it makes you look beautiful and mysterious. Really? How's work?
Okay. I'm gonna go with that line one more time. Nice.
You were so mad at that boy. I don't understand why you're going to his party.
Please don't talk. I'm trying to fly this broom, okay?
Okay, I'm gonna slash cure that and not try to cure any of our polishes that are down there. Hello everyone, welcome in. Okay, and then now we're gonna start to work on this fin. Seems like I need more blue. Okay. Actually, I think this one might be better if I start with the lightest color first and then go into the darkest. So the fin on this fish has a, let me show you. The fin on this fish has a white part, then it has this like light blue, and then it has the base blue. So instead of me going in with the base blue first and then adding the light blue and adding the like the white blue, I'm gonna start with the white blue first. So I'm gonna go into this blue here, which I think I might switch back to my 6mm. So the reason to why I kind of switch between a 6mm and a 9mm is because the 6mm is perfect for filling in large spaces, and then the 9mm is good for adding detail. Okay, I'm gonna cure that. And then I'm gonna go in with a second layer. I'm gonna pop this in to cure all the way. Do you guys have any questions for me? I feel like my life is so boring.
It's at 6 o'clock, but it's only 15 minutes away.
Okay, now that that's fully cured, I'm gonna grab into this blue right here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this blue. And I think actually, let's do this 9mm.
But that's much too much.
Okay. So it does this weird thing to where it kind of hugs just ever so slightly. Yeah, like that. Okay, we're gonna flash cure. Hello. And then I'm gonna go into the blue right here, which is our base blue. And I'm gonna once again hug that line. Hello.
Yes, what do you want? I have a delivery, but it is soaking wet. Oh, well, I'm sorry it began to rain on the bed. But don't worry, the food came through all right. Oh, I told Grandma I didn't want that. Hey, what'd you get? Oh, Grandma sent me another one of her crummy herring pies again. Yummy herring pie. Will you please sign this receipt for me?
I cannot believe they're related. Maybe we still have time. Kiki, there he is. Come on, we can catch him.
It's starting not to like it. And this is the dilemma that we run into. I think I know the issue. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this away and I'm gonna kind of file off that blue. I think I made it just a bit too thick. And I'm just using a buffer block. At the beginning of this live, I was just blabbing about how important it is to keep your lines really thin. And I added that thick old blue line.
You have quite a fever. Well, you flew in that weather and you never really dried off.
Think I'm going to die of some.
Huh? No, you're not. I'll bring some medicine right up. And maybe you should have some pot pie. Well, then I'll just make something else for you. How about some nice hot oatmeal with honey in it? You want some too? This oatmeal will pick you right up. There you go. Here.
So much better.
Now don't burn your tongue. You should come and eat your meal while it's still warm.
Yeah, that's much better.
Do I have to eat it?
Only if you want to get well. Oh, you know that boy stopped by to see you again today. That's right. When I told him you were sick, he asked me how a witch could catch cold in the first place. Oh, and he said he wanted to visit you a little later.
Okay.
Well, I thought you might feel that way, so I turned him down politely. He must be tired. We try to get some sleep. Now, I'll just open up the window so you'll have
Go back into this light blue. Then I need more. That blue is just not working. I think I need to custom make a blue because that one is just not it. I don't know why. I need it to be a little darker, but not too dark.
The name is Kapori? Uh-huh. Now take this money.
Oh, no money. It's on me.
Impossible. Work is work. And make sure you deliver it in person.
What is it?
We've got a delivery. Hey, who's your friend there?
Lily's her name. Be right there.
Stay there. I'll be right back. He's all yours.
I don't know why this pen is giving me such a hard time.
It's so pretty. And warm.
Okay. Okay. Now while that cures in the big lamp, I'm gonna figure out the best way to go to make the blue that I need. I definitely do like this blue being the base. I think I might go in a little bit with this one. Maybe a little more.
I'm so low. How could you do this to me?
Hi. Gee, thanks a lot.
No, I end up just making that blue all over again.
I'm sorry you had to end up so sick like that. Hey, come over to my place. There's something I want to show you.
Mm,
You gotta see it.
just take a little bit of this light blue.
This thing. What do you think? This is the engine and how it came. Watch this.
Mm,
Assemble the wings and the frame at somebody else's house. I'm planning on flying this thing during most of my summer vacation.
I feel like I just keep end up making this blue.
Rich, I got a great idea. Why don't we go down to the beach where that dirigible landed yesterday?
Dirigible?
Don't tell me you didn't hear about it.
That was sick.
And we gotta see it. Let's do it.
Yes.
I have to practice all the time anyway. Build up my wings.
Okay, yeah. Let's do a little bit more.
This is my first time on a bike.
Oh boy. Just hold on. Raise the bike with your foot until I get her revved up. Let's go.
Okay. Alrighty. So then this blue is gonna sit. Oh. Sorry, you guys. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. And if I see one thing off, then I don't end up like it just throws it all off for me. Like literally one detail, and I will try everything in my power to just fix that. Okay. Okay, now I'm gonna try to be really careful with this. Hopefully it stands out. And it does not. What the hell am I doing? Maybe I need to, I don't know. It's just not standing out. Okay, maybe I need to make this blue darker. So then the light one that I made has no choice but to stand out. So for that, I think it might be best if I go in with this blue combo.
Yeah, me too. Was it your magic that made us stay up?
I'm not sure. Anything's possible. Your bike's a real mess.
My propeller! I have to go get it, Kiki. Will you keep an eye on my bike for me?
Okay. This little fin is really throwing me out for a loop. I don't know why. I'm struggling so much with it. Why do you do this? I don't know. I like art. And I've always wanted to be a painter, but I suck at proportions. But then I started to like get into nails, and for some reason it just clicked. I just really liked it. So I became obsessed with the process, and then as my skills grew, yeah, just start. Like I got my first nail kit in college. It was like $8 off of Amazon, and it sucked so bad. Like I sucked terribly. But I think the fact that I did suck made me want to do it even more. As like like crazy and kind of sadistic as that sounds, like the fact that I was failing at it and the nail sets that I was creating were absolute trash just made me want to do even more. And then I think like at the start of 2023, I got into like nail art, and that's like its own category in and of itself. And I just start to see like goals and things that I've wanted to accomplish with the nail art itself. And hopefully I gain enough confidence to join a nail art competition. And yeah, I don't know. But for right now, I think I'm just gonna drive myself insane with trying to paint things on nails. As crazy as that sounds. Okay, so since I deepened up that blue, I feel like this blue that I first went in with is gonna be a lot better. I feel like it's gonna stand out much better now. I don't know, let's see. Like, I really wish I can show you guys what I see from this picture. Okay, it stands out, but what the hell? I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm seeing too much blue. I need to switch to like a purple or something. I'm about to delete this whole design because this one line is driving me insane. What is... So it's a Ponyo sketch that I had found on Pinterest. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys. It's this Ponyo set that I found on Pinterest. And right now I'm currently trying to paint this fish. And I'm trying to paint this like electric blue that's going through the fin. But for some reason I'm having a hard time color matching that blue. And I'm quite frankly, I'm getting sick and tired of it. And I kind of just want to move on. So I think my next case scenario is to take this blue, a lot of it, good amount, and just ever so slight bit of white. Not too much white that I'm creating this blue all over again. Okay, let's hope and let's make a tiny prayer that this works. Hopefully.
What's going on with him? I can't understand anything he's trying to say.
Okay. Now my hands are getting shaky. Okay. This freaking fin is gonna be the bane of my existence. I think that's as good as it's gonna get. Then I'm just gonna do a bit of a cleanup here.
Well, I think I've got to take a break from my delivery work. But I promise I'll be really good with my work in the bakery, so please let me stay in the room upstairs.
Well, that's no problem. I'll bet your powers come back after you've had some.
Okay. I'm just gonna cure that because I don't see me attempting to make this any better. Okay, next I'm gonna move on to the eyeball. Maybe that might make it look more like a fish.
Hi, Kiki. It's me, Tombo. Just, I was waiting at your temperature because the captain of the airport wanted you to have it during the test run. Boy, you're really cooperating. Kiki, are you there?
Please don't call me anymore.
What did you say? I can barely hear you. You know what the captain said? Kiki, she didn't move.
What's the matter, dear? Is there anything I can do for you? I'm still in training to become a witch. If I lose my magic, that means I've lost absolutely everything.
Kiki!
So the outline of the fish has like a blue base, and then it has like some like aquamarine green highlighting,
Hey! Hi! Hi! Well, since you didn't come and visit me, I thought I'd come here and visit you.
and then the fish eyeball in the center. So I'm gonna try to do that as tiny as possible.
Better believe I will.
Because, yeah, it just seems like the details on this
Nice place.
creature
Yourself to some of these, and I'll
keeps getting tinier and tinier.
milk if you have any. Sure.
Circles are another bane of my existence.
Spitting image of that stuff. I bet you
I hate circles.
coming through.
Circles are something that I find erasing and redoing all the time.
I'm not working much now.
I mean, the good thing about this design is that
I didn't know things like that happened to witches.
I'm the only one that has to live with it, so I guess it doesn't have to be perfect.
Hey, why don't you come and stay at my cabin?
Just has to be good enough.
Feel better? Your boss would let you have a break. How about it, kitty cat? Wanna come? Rather be with your girlfriend, huh? Come on, girl, why not? We'll leave
Okay. I would say though that my perfectionism and like things having to be perfect kind of stops me from creating and just doing things. I think it kind of is what pushed this back to being, instead of me finishing it as soon as I started it, me not finishing it until like 2 weeks later. Because I am a bit of a perfectionist in the worst way possible, and then my perfectionist kind of like molds itself into self-doubt. I don't know. I'm not a therapist. Okay, so I made this custom green, which is this blue here and this green. So I'm going to dip into that. And I'm going to put that up here. And it's just going to go around the eyeball. Not filling it in all the way, just adding a nice even amount at the tip. And then I'm going to flash cure and then build up the color. Build up a little bit more of that blue-green. Okay. I'm gonna quickly flash cure that. And then I'm gonna go in and add the pupil of the actual fish thingy. And for that, I'm just gonna use a dotting tool. Yeah. Dotting tool is my best friend because I suck at circles, as mentioned before. So using this really tiny metal dotting tool, I'm gonna add an eyeball right here. Perfect. And then I'm gonna flash cure that. I feel like Ponyo is gonna be easy. She doesn't like, most of her detail lies in her hair. And it's just like a mixture of different oranges and reds. The fish are probably the most difficult part. And that's kind of the reason to why I did them first. So this is the progress that we have so far. And then I'm gonna go in with my 9mm and do some outlining of this fish eyeball with this deep blue.
Painting and electrical power seem very much the same. Sometimes I'm unable to paint a thing.
You need it? Then what? What happens?
Kiki, please don't move. It's hard to draw a moving target.
Without even thinking about it, I used to be able to fly. Now I'm trying to look inside myself to find out how I did it. But I just can't figure it out.
You know, could be you're working at it too hard. Maybe you should just take a break.
Yeah, but still, if I can't fly.
Then stop trying. Take long walks, look at the scenery, feels off anew. Don't even think about flying. And then pretty soon you'll be flying again.
My problems will.
Look at this eyeball. She's coming along.
Right? You'll be fine, I promise.
Oh my goodness, I'm holding my breath. why I draw these tiny lines.
I love to paint so much. I'd paint all day until I fell asleep right at my easel. And then one day, for some reason, I just couldn't paint it. I tried and tried, but nothing I did seemed any good. They were copies of me,
Okay, and then
and not very good.
within the
I just felt like I was
fish pupil, there's a little glimmer highlight. So I'm gonna take my 6mm, very little amount,
figured out what
and I'm gonna add that
I had to discover my own self.
right there.
When you fly, you rely on what's inside of you, don't you?
And that is our fish eyeball.
Trusting your spirit, yes, yes.
I'm gonna pop that into here.
That same spirit is what makes me paint and makes your friend bake.
And stretch, because my back is hurting. Oh.
Sometimes it's not easy.
Do you guys have any questions for me?
When I thought too why I wanted to do this.
I hope like you can hear me well and I'm answering any of the questions.
Find my own inspiration. Am I ever gonna find it?
And is it worth all the trouble? Well, for example, quite a few times.
Okay. So that is what we have so far. What I'm gonna do is around that eyeball, it's looking a little light in some areas, so I'm gonna go in and fix that. This right here is the base blue of the fish. And I'm using my 9mm because I kind of want to be very precise at where I'm putting the blue.
Yes, good cooking pan bakery. Kiki, how are you? Well, you take plenty of time coming home. Oh, and by the way,
That older woman you made a delivery for? She has another delivery for you. They said it wasn't sure you could do it.
she was really very insistent. What do you think, Kiki? Great. Stop there on your way back. Bye.
And then I'm going to use this blue as a bit of a cleanup too. Just to clean up some things that got a little crazy funky. Oh my gosh, the glare from my own lights is making it really hard for me to see exactly where I need to place something.
Well, we've been expecting you.
Thanks.
It's very nice to see you again, ma'am. That's okay. Please excuse me for not standing. My legs and mine are a little longer than usual. Marcia, bring the package now. Gosh, I hope it hasn't taken off. Not yet. Marcia is absolutely mad about lighter than air travel. I'm the Avengers of Time. Could you do me
Okay.
Could you do me a favor and open the box? Yeah.
Cleaning up around that eyeball.
I don't get it. Would you please bring this to a young delivery girl? She was kind to me and a very big help. It's my way of saying thank you. Ah, yes, and can you find out when her next birthday is? Then I can make her another one. Kiki?
Of course I will. And maybe the young girl will want to know the lady's birthday because she'll be able to give her.
Okay. Now I'm going to cure that. The fish is kind of coming together. She's kind of looking cute.
It's summer's horrors when these winds come by. They'll be hitting us any minute.
Okay, what's the next bit of detail that I need to add? So now there's like, well, thank you. So next there is a bit of like, I guess like highlight here, whereas this aquamarine green, which I think I'm gonna add a bit more blue into, and then our highlight blue. And I'm gonna use my 9mm for this because it's like tapered. It starts off big and then it tapers down. So I'm gonna go in with this white. Sooner or later, I need to get a new palette because this thing is like dirty. And it's gonna sit right here towards the nose. And that is kind of what's gonna give the illusion that it's like a rounded item. Like it's a fish, a rounded fish sort of thing. So it's gonna go down like this. Perfecto. I'm just gonna clean it up ever so slightly. Look at that fish. Look at all those chickens.
Come on, broom, fly for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it appears that the blimp is heading directly for the clock tower. And look, the young boy is safe, but he's clutching that rope for dear life. If the wind doesn't shift, the spirit of
Okay. And now sitting directly on top of this bluish white highlight is that aquamarine blue, which I'm gonna add just the tiniest bit more light blue into, just to lighten it up. I don't want to completely remove the green, but I do want to kind of just lighten the color up ever so slightly. So not cleaning off my brush. Just gonna go right into this mixture. And that is gonna go directly on top of that white line. Practically covering it up. Most of it up. I think I need a little bit more.
Something just flew by. It's a bird? No, it's not a bird. It's
have I been live for? 78 minutes.
And she's trying to reach the boy. Give up now, Sonny.
Okay. Now we're just gonna add a little bit more. Perfecto. And it does have a little dot here. We're gonna flash here.
She really saved the day. Oh, I'm ready to call the hospital, honey. I think it's time now.
Okay. And then right here at the top of our little fish head near the fin is a little dot. I think I might use the dotting tool. And I'm gonna pop him into cure all the way because we are done with the fish. So the top of the fish head, not really the whole fish. So on this sketch over here, we have the rest of the fish body, the fish tail from the top fish, and then after we're done with those two, we are finished with all the fishes in this nail set. Hello to anyone who's just joined. Okay, so we can do a side-by-side comparison to see how everything is gonna look. So this is how, as after that, we're gonna move on to the fish body and the fish tail. And then we can go ahead and go to Ponyo. So many details, so little time. I didn't realize how big this project was gonna be, because if I did, I probably wouldn't be in the place that I'm in right now. But here we are. Guess the saga continues. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. But one thing I can do is go ahead and get a fresh new palette and hopefully answer any questions you guys have. I feel like I keep asking if anyone has any questions and no one's asking questions. So I do use disposable palettes, and this is just a clear sticky note that I place on my tile, and then I just create my palette on that. So these are the blues that I use. I'm just cleaning off my palette knife. This is a blue I use.
No, hi, honey. You got a plastic bag with just one color blue?
What? They just gave it to you.
You can say you don't need it. Pour me some nice milk.
This is another blue I use. Ooh, there's a hair in there.
Hey, that's not funny,
Ew, that's gross.
We should buy a new laptop.
Ooh, that's a long piece of hair.
Cigarettes
That's nasty. And I'm saying that like it's not my hair. What the heck?
Oh, by the way, I have to work.
This deep blue.
That's okay. I'll read it. The library's
Hello.
everything, so everybody's going crazy.
I don't think they should be here, Dad. The card catalogs are much better.
Yeah, I like them better too.
Another blue that Jesus, I am the queen of dropping things. I'm always dropping something. So this is another blue that I use.
Here he is again.
Fine. Looks away and go to bed.
Okay, have a good night.
And this palette is refillable. It comes with a tube like this. And then you use it to refill. And I've already used up this white. But all of these are refillable. It just comes with a little palette. Oh, we also use this green here.
Since you were a sophomore, what kind of person are you? I wonder if you're anything like.
And last but not least, I think white. Just make sure my palette knife is cleaned before I go dipping into my pristine white. Okay. Fresh palette, fresh eyes. Okay. Some fresh nail wipes. I'm struggling right now. What the heck? Okay, so the fishtail, it carries on with the rest of that blue, deep blue towards the bottom, all the way through the fin. So to start off everything, I'm just gonna put down a thin layer of our base blue. I'm using the wrong brush. Oh well, I already put paint on there. Typically, I'll be going in with my 9mm, but since we're already here, I mean not my 6mm.
Hey there! Hey, need to go. Good luck on your match today.
Hello. Welcome in.
No, that's the point. I decided I was going to read 20 books over summer vacation. And the city library doesn't have the book I want. It'll just be a second.
20 books? What about your high school entrance exams? Can't you even pretend to be studying for them?
Here it is.
Hurry up and bring it here. Come on, give me your library card and the checkout card from the book.
Here you go.
Hey, look at this. No one's ever checked this book out before.
No one? What do you know? I finally beat Seiji Omisawa. Donated by Omisawa. No way! Do you have any idea who this Omisawa person is?
Oh, now look, you made me make a mistake. Well, that guy's probably the book's donor, but I don't know anyone from that long ago. You'll have to ask one of the older teachers.
Shizuku? I should have known that you were going to do this. You said to me outside the school, not inside. I waited in the sun for 15 minutes. Do you know how many freckles I have now?
I'm sorry. Calm down, Yuko. You take your freckles way too seriously.
No, I don't. It's a major problem for me.
Aren't either of you concerned about your exams? Now get up and go study.
I got it! Here! This way!
I wrote some lyrics for our graduation ceremony, but I'm pretty sure that they stink. Looking over, sprawling city, how I do yearn for hills and clouds so pretty. Peaceful bedroom, window with a view, old dog that waits there, where my dreams come true. Country road, I think I'll go down this path on my own.
Okay. Got that base color down. Took a fat minute. I dropped my flash cure lamp. Okay, so next I'm gonna go ahead and pull into this deep blue to start to create that shadow layer of the fish's bottom.
It would be nice to be with someone who felt the same way about you.
Thank you for the likes.
You got a love letter? Not so loud. What's he like? Is he good looking? Class.
And that just covers the very edge
If you don't like him, you can tell him.
of the fish's booty.
You've got a crush on someone else, don't you?
And it doesn't go all the way up, but it kind of like flicks up and then comes down to cover most of the fish's tail.
On the bench over there! Come on! Hurry it up! Gotta get back to the game!
Calm down, bench warmer. You never play anyway.
Hey, I play all the time, and our team's going to the playoffs, I'll have you know!
Okay, now that we got the outline done, we can fill in.
How embarrassing. I ran off like a little girl. You must know him. No way, Yuko. He's way too dense. But what about the guy who wrote you the love letter? I think you should go for him. I don't know. I want to think it over. Alright. You're lucky, Shizuku. Your parents don't bug you to study all the time. Sometimes I wish they did. Yeah. Oh no! What's the matter? I lost my book. I must have dropped it. You want to ride my bike? No! You'll be late for cram school. Call me later, okay? I will!
I'm gonna flash cure that and then go in with another layer.
Shizuku Tsukishima.
What? How do you know my name?
Gee, take a wild guess.
Oh, the checkout card.
By the way, great lyrics. They're even cornier than the original version.
You read this? Stupid jerk, stupid jerk, stupid jerk. Stupid jerk, stupid jerk, stupid jerk.
Okay.
Stupid jerk. It's even cornier than the original version. Stupid jerk.
Okay. I'm gonna flash clear that. And then I'm gonna take our base blue and I'm gonna mix it with the tiniest bit of this like our second deepest blue. I'm gonna point it out to you in a second. So I'm gonna take the base blue, mix with a little bit of this one, and that is gonna be the rest of our tail.
I have to ride with someone who's coming back to Tokyo. Where's Mom?
She's at an intensive summer course, and Dad's still at work.
You need to clean up this room, Shizuku. You should have started dinner by now.
I was just getting to it.
Ugh, this kitchen is a disaster. Have you cleaned anything since I left?
Relax. I'll do it now.
You need to stay on top of this while Mom's got classes, Shizuku.
Okay, now that that's mixed, that's gonna pretty much be all of this tail.
Auntie said you should come visit her after you finish your exams. Are you studying?
Uh-huh.
You're gonna have big problems if you slack off just because Dad and Mom don't bug you about it.
I'm studying, okay?
Shizuku, come on, get up. Vacuum your side of the room.
Okay.
I'm washing the sheets. I'm doing the futons too.
Hey, where's Mom?
She left hours ago. Clear the table when you're done, then take Dad's lecture right into the library.
Hey!
Hey, you're going to the library already. Or do you want me to go instead? Then you can clean the toilet, the bathroom, and the entryway. Then you can go to the grocery store. Fold the laundry, make the beds, and cook dinner. How does that sound?
See you later! Shizuku! Put this in the mailbox for me. What is it?
It's mail, stupid. You don't need to read it. Can't you just put it in the mailbox?
It's a love letter, isn't it? Shut up!
Okay. It might not look any different on camera, but I promise you, those are two different colors. I promise. The base blue and the blue that I mixed, they're different colors, I promise. Even though it might not look like it, it is. Okay. Let me clean this off because we're gonna dip into a little bit of this blue here. And that is gonna hug right here.
Hey there, cat. You all alone? So where are you headed? See something interesting? Oh, is that what you mean?
It's just gonna come to a point. And then on top of that is gonna be a really light
How about you?
white blue. So I have to mix that up. I think the process that makes this so long is the fact that you have to like cure in between each layer that you put down, and it becomes tedious. So if you want to do detailed art like this, put on a good movie, get comfortable, and just paint away. My go-to movies are Studio Ghibli movies. Some of my favorites being From Up Poppy Hill and the one that I'm watching right now, Whisper of the Heart. A bit more white.
I only thought I was gonna give a little adventure around here.
Yeah, put some movies on and paint your little heart away. It can be very relaxing. If this is your idea of fun, it can be very fun. For me, it's my idea of fun, so I'm having fun. Ooh, the way my hand just trimmered. The way my hand just shaped. Oh my goodness. What the hell? What the helly?
What a steep climb. How far does this thing go?
Okay, that was nerve-wracking. Oh my goodness. I need to drink some tea. My gosh. The way my hand trimmered and my heart was pounding, you would think I just ran a marathon.
Somewhere. Where are you going, you crazy cat? Do you live around here?
Why did I just do that? I'm an idiot. I forgot to cure the goddamn. Just doing shit.
What a gorgeous neighborhood. I never knew there was a place like this up here.
Okay. I'm gonna be smart about this and cure it first. Okay.
I wonder if that cat isn't messing with me too. An antique shop? He's going shopping now?
Oops.
Incredible. I had no idea there were stores like this around here.
Okay. I think that is as good as it's gonna get. Hi, Vicky.
What a fantastic statue. You're not the cat I was following, are you?
Ugh. This is like low-key kind of draining. Painting the tiniest detail with an even tinier brush.
Weird. Is that the name of
Like, thank the Lord I have 20/20 vision. And I'm pretty sure it is slowly starting to get less and less 20/20. Definitely cannot wait till I get to Ponyo and I don't have to. Hi, Esme, I remember.
beautiful? So what does it do?
It might not do anything. I just finished restoring it. I haven't tried it out yet.
Okay, so there's some deep blue outlines going around the lighter blue, so I'm just gonna go ahead and paint that. Ah, fuck. Shibuya me. Sorry for my language. Oh man, that's kind of sad to hear that you're just now finding out that I went live. I do post on my community post. At least I try to post an update when I'm doing something. So if you're not subscribed, you should subscribe so you can stay up to date. And then there's a little bit of blue here going towards the tip of the fin. Oh no, my phone's about to die. Okay, I'm gonna finish up this fish outline and then I think I'm gonna call it quits for today's live because things are about to die.
But there's always a part. These keep the dwarfs and lives underground. Well, she's cursed to live as a sheep. Only when the clock strikes 12 is she a fairy. So the king appears at their home, just to catch a glimpse of the girl he fell in love with. What do you beg that the
And I'm literally just outlining the entire thing.
That must be why their sadness feels so real. That clock isn't on time, is it?
No, it's about 5 minutes too slow.
Oh no!
And when I'm doing thin outlines like this, I rarely put any pressure on my brush. Like I'm literally just ever so slightly guiding the gel. Because the more pressure you add, then the thicker your line is going to be. So the less pressure you add, the thinner your lines are. Okay. Hot dog. I'm gonna pop that into cure all the way.
You're kind of forgetful, aren't you?
Thanks, but how did you get this?
Oh, thank you for subscribing, Esme.
That man. Do you know him? Is he your grandpa?
You must eat like a pig at lunches at bars.
Hey, you! It's my dad, you jerk!
When you look at it all together, it looks pretty cool.
What's wrong? Why the sour face?
It's hard to explain. I was having an extraordinary day. Like I was living in a fairy tale. And some jerk talked to me for 2 seconds and ruined everything.
Sounds complicated. Are you gonna check out some books?
Yeah. I just have 7 more to go.
You never stop reading. Put some time out for lunch. See you later.
And that is our fish booty. She's looking nice. That fish got cake. Okay, maybe I'm a little sleep deprived. So yeah, things are starting to die. So I think I am going to call it quits. I'm probably gonna finish up the rest of this fish sometime tomorrow. And then
Is there any book here this
yeah. If you guys would like to see another live, I will make a post and you guys can tell me whether or not you want to see me finish creating and painting Ponyo. So if you're not subscribed and you've been in this chat for the almost full 2 hours that we've been here, please go ahead and give me of course, a like, and subscribe to my channel so you can be updated on me finishing the rest of this as well as any more nail art that I do. Hi, Via the Goddess. I'm doing great and cool. So yeah, if you want to be updated on the rest of this or any more nail styles that I do like this, because I do plan on pushing out more nail content where I am painting, in a sense, like murals on nails. So if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and give me a subscribe and join the family.
First day of the semester. Must have rained.
Stop complaining. At least you're going to
I hope you have a beautiful day as well, and thank you. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye. How do I end this?